Good morning, everybody. This is John G with Bitcoin News, and today we got another Saturday morning coffee. And I would like to talk a little bit about responsibility. This talk will be a little bit more abstract, maybe even considered a rant, but there is something happening and it's not good. And what this has to do with is responsibility and who is responsible for the actions of an individual person. So me as an individual person, if I do something wrong or illegal, I am responsible for that. Nobody else should be responsible for my actions. Now, there could be some cause and effects from my actions put on other people, but all in all, I should be solely responsible for my actions. I mean, would you agree? How can somebody else be responsible for my actions? It's just impossible, and it leads to a very dark rabbit hole of a blame game, and there's a chance of innocent people being convicted of crimes. So in the Bitcoin space, we see two strong examples of this. The first one being Ross Ulbricht, and he is also known as Dread Pirates Roberts, and he ran Silk Road. Silk Road is an online market that is unregulated. A user can sign up anonymously and post anything on Silk Road for sale. It's very similar to an eBay or a Craigslist. So one of the main items sold on Silk Road is illicit items, things that are technically illegal. Doesn't mean they're immoral or unjust or anybody has a complaint about the exchange. It's just that they're illegal. The state said that you can't do that. Now, when you actually go look at the transactions, both parties are happy about the transaction. Somebody sold a product and received the amount of money that they wanted for that product. The person buying the product wanted the product, and the person selling the product wanted the money. Both parties are very happy. But that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the responsibility of the person that created this system. There's no way you as a person can monitor everything that goes on your server, even if it's a out in the light program like Craigslist or eBay. It's just impossible for people to regulate the amount of volume that these servers were running. So what the state thinks is, if I create a server and somebody else puts something illegal on my server, me as the server owner should be responsible. Even furthermore, all my assets should be seized and I should be placed in prison for somebody else's actions. Another great example of this is Charlie Shrem. He just got out of jail, but you can watch a little video about him talking about the experience to a Bitcoin meetup, and I highly recommend it. But Charlie Shrem supposedly sold some Bitcoin to somebody else, and that person then went and bought illicit items on Silk Road. And the crazy thing is, Charlie Shrem was the person that had all his assets seized and spent some time in jail. It's crazy. What they're able to do is connect you to any illegal activity and go after specific people that they want to suppress or put out of business or hurt financially, or anybody that they have a vendetta against. This would be like me going and getting $1,000 out of an ATM machine from, say, Bank of X, and Bank of X gives me the $1,000. I have the $1,000 in cash in my hand, and now I go buy some illicit item. That would be like the police not worrying about us, but going after the bank because the bank gave us that cash. That's absurd. Absurd. Banks are involved in so much illegal activity, and not one banker has gone to jail yet. But more importantly, you can't be responsible for other people's actions. Another trend that really worries me is the state is making parents responsible for their kids' actions. You can't be responsible for other people's actions ever. The person that made the decision, the person that committed whatever crime, is solely responsible for their actions. Other people cannot be convicted of a different person's actions. Responsibility is personal. You should have personal responsibility. You should make your own choices, and you alone will be responsible for those choices. All choices have a consequence. Sometimes that consequence is good, sometimes it's not so good. But the most important thing is you can't blame other people for your actions. It's a very slippery slope when the state goes after anybody that was connected to somebody that made a poor choice. They're able to arrest people that might not have the same views as the government. They're able to go after really anybody because everybody is connected to everybody somehow. Thanks for tuning in. This is John G with Bitcoin News, and check us out at BitcoinNe.ws. Comment, share, don't forget to subscribe, and you guys have a great day.